Hello and good evening. Today it is Sunday, September 26th, 2021, and welcome to another episode of the Rockzilla's weekly Roundup podcast. Also note that this will be my final Roundup video for the month of September 2021. So, without further ado, I'm going to go through all of the NFL uniform matchups and share my thoughts on those. That has been what I've been doing with these weekly roundup videos so far. So without further ado, let's begin with Carolina and the Texans. So Carolina wears monochrome white with light blue socks again. I mean, personally, I would actually really like to see the Panthers wear their away uniform with silver pants and light blue socks for a game. But the all white with blue socks looks fantastic too. The Houston Texans wore their home uniform with white pants and navy socks. When they wear it like that, it actually is all right. But I have to be honest, I think it's time for the Texans to get some new uniforms. But as I say that, though, we're living in the era where teams, whenever they redesign uniforms, usually whatever they touch turns into feces. So maybe I should shut my mouth on that one. But honestly, I think it'd be so cool if the Texans could actually change their uniforms and come up with something better. But I don't trust Nike, nor do I trust the Texans or any NFL team for that matter. So maybe that's not a good idea. But speaking of the Texans, though, the Cowboys, their interstate rival, the Dallas Cowboys, wear blue. And I'm actually wondering if maybe the Texans should be a full-time red team to stand out from the Cowboys a little bit. Maybe, obviously, that's a matter of personal opinion. I know that the Houston Oilers used to always wear powder blue. But unfortunately, I guarantee that we will never get to see the Texans rebrand as a Houston Oilers 2.0. I mean, I would like that just to see the old uniforms come back. But unfortunately, I highly doubt that's going to happen, which is a bummer. Now, moving on, the Cardinals. For a team with god-awful uniforms, they seem to do a good job overall of wearing traditional uniform combinations. So, white helmet, red jersey, white pants, red socks. Too bad they didn't fix the jerseys this past offseason. Hopefully after that little tweet Kyler Murray made in the past offseason with him photoshopped in basically a slightly modified version of their early 2000s white jersey. I hope that maybe a change is going to come after this season. That would be nice. As for the team they played today, the Jaguars, they wore teal pants, teal socks, and white jerseys with black helmets. So if they want to do a white jersey with teal pants, I feel like there's too much going on. And I'll explain. You've got a black helmet, a white jersey, teal pants, and now teal socks. The teal yoga pant look with the socks and the pants matching is a terrible look in my opinion. But, if they would just wear even their white pants with their white jersey and teal socks or black pants, that would make it a lot better. I think next time they should try and wear their white jersey with teal pants. Not teal pants, black pants, or white pants with the teal socks. I think that would actually be a fairly decent look. But the problem with their away jersey is there's practically no teal on it. They should have at least made the numbers teal. It would have made that jersey a whole lot better. Now it just looks like a generic black and white jersey in my opinion. But moving on, the Falcons. Black helmet, of course, white jersey this week, black pants, and black socks. If the Falcons could just wear either their white socks or even red socks with this combination, it would actually work. If they wear their away jersey with white pants and maybe black or red socks, or black pants with either red or preferably white socks. Even though red would actually work too, in my opinion. The Falcons would basically have a home and away uniform pair that would basically be modernized retros, which is basically what they are, except they wear them with terrible pant sock combos, in my opinion. And if they wear the right combos, these new uniforms are not horrible. They're just bad. They're not downright horrible. They're just mediocre and bad, and at least in my opinion. I don't expect everyone to agree, but, you know, when they wear the wrong types of sock pant combos with their jerseys, they make their uniforms, they take them and they make them from bad to worse, to just horrible, at least in my opinion. Then they played the Giants today, regular home uniform with white pants and blue socks and royal blue shirts. You know, for a simple uniform, it works. I just wish they would go to the Color Rush jersey and its royal blue counterpart from the 80s full time. That's the only change I would make. Moving on, the Ravens, black helmet, white jersey, black pants, and black socks. They should at least wear purple socks or better, or white socks to break up the black pants so it doesn't look like they're wearing yoga pants. I hate that look. You know, purple socks with black pants or even white socks would make that uniform actually look fairly decent overall. But as I said last week, I think it's time for the Ravens to also get some new uniforms. They look very outdated in my opinion. Now, as I say that though, you know, what I mean by outdated is that I think they've overstayed their welcome and they could create better uniforms maybe. But at the same time though, you know, I'm having trouble trusting Nike, not gonna lie. Speaking of Nike redesigns gone haywire, they played the Detroit Lions, I'm referring to the Ravens today, head-to-toe silver, or head-to-toe gray. I'm sorry, but I hate this alternate jersey. I think it's just so mediocre. You know, if they even wore it with, I don't know, blue socks, maybe for a game or two a year, I could live with it. But head-to-toe gray, I just think it's a terrible, terrible uniform. So mediocre. Now, moving on, the Browns broke out their throwbacks today with the special helmets that have the single white stripe on the top, the player's number on the sides of the helmet with gray face masks, and with drop shadowed numbers and a traditional block font, a drop shadowed block font with white pants and socks that are basically their regular ones. But the throwback uniform was actually very nice to see. You know, the only thing I don't like about the Browns' return to their old uniforms is the slightly modernized font. I mean, I don't mind it. Their uniforms still look great, but now would I want them to go to the drop-shadowed block font they're wearing with their throwback uniform that they broke out for the first time today? No. What I want them to do is eventually go to exactly what they had before they ruined their uniform 7 years ago. But anyways, moving on. Once again, the Bengals are far too insistent on pushing monochrome white. I mean, at least they wore black socks. I'll give them credit, but to break up the pants and the socks. But basically, they look like they're wearing a white Color Rush uniform all the time now, and it's not a good look. You know, this is what I've been saying since day one when they unveiled these uniforms, and I shared my thoughts on them. The home and third jerseys, in my opinion, are a big improvement over what they were wearing before, up till the end of last season. But the new away jersey, it needs orange. I mean, even orange socks with the white pants and white jersey would be enough to make it a little bit more tolerable. But they needed to add some actual orange striping on the jersey, in my opinion. But anyway, they played the Steelers and they actually upset them 24-10, which I'm kind of shocked to see the Bengals defeat the Steelers, especially when they had such a great start to the first dozen or so games of their season last year. But the Steelers wore their classic home uniform, black jersey, gold pants, black socks. I mean, the only thing I have no complaints, except I agree with my subscriber Sean. They should go back to the 70s throwbacks full time. Moving on, the Colts wore white jerseys, white pants, and royal blue socks. Perfect combination against the Titans in powder blue jerseys, navy blue pants, and navy socks. So they went with the yoga pant look because that's what I call it when the pants match the socks in most cases. It's for the Titans, they should have at least worn light blue socks to match and break up the navy pants, I mean. But, you know, I love the color of the jersey, but these uniforms, in my opinion, are an absolute colossal dumpster fire. I can't wait until the Titans can change their uniforms because, in my opinion, they're hot Nike garbage. Seriously, I do not like them at all. Moving on to the Chargers and the Chiefs. The Chiefs wore their classic home uniform, red jersey, white pants, red socks, against the Chargers, who wore their white jersey, light blue socks, and today they wore bright gold pants, athletic gold pants. I don't like the bright yellow pants for the Chargers, but with their away uniform, it's okay. When they try to wear the bright yellow pants with their powder blue home jersey, they're two bright colors and they just clash, and they're not very good at all, in my opinion. But when they wear the athletic gold, bright yellow pants on the road with their white jersey, they could even wear them with their royal blue jersey, which I would actually really like to see. It would be a nice little 80s throwback too, in my opinion. But, you know, I can live with the yellow pants with their away jersey, though, even though the blue they use on it is powder blue, and it kind of clashes, but it works. Not as good as the white pants and light blue socks, but it's all right. Moving on, the Patriots wore their regular home uniform, monochrome navy, against the Saints, who wore a color rush version of their regular away uniform. Everything below the helmet, white. And it's a garbage look, in my opinion. Honestly, the Saints need to go back to their throwbacks. And, you know, after the first 2 weeks, seeing the Saints actually breaking the little tradition they've been doing in recent years by wearing gold pants to start the season, the whole monochrome white is just terrible. I mean, at the bare minimum, if they actually used gold socks with this uniform, it actually would be all right. That's the frustrating part, too. It's amazing how one small change can make such a big difference on a uniform. Now, moving on, Washington wore their regular away jersey with burgundy pants and white socks. Beautiful uniforms. You know, when they come out with their new team name, I just hope they leave their goddamned uniforms alone. They're some of the best in football. I love the burgundy. It's a unique color, and the uniforms are beautiful. Now, they played the Bills with their royal blue jerseys, white pants, and socks. You know, if the Bills would just wear royal blue socks, their home jersey is perfect. But when they do everything below the jersey in white, including the socks, it's just too much. It looks like a yoga pant morph suit look, and it's not pretty. Now, flip over to the next game between the Raiders and the Dolphins. The top half of the Dolphins uniform is white. Everything below the waist is teal. You know, the teal pants are fine. The away jersey, their away and home jerseys are actually okay, even though they're not as good as the throwbacks, anywhere near as good for that matter, in my opinion. Especially that new corporate logo they've got. But you know, even with this uniform, if they would have just worn white socks with it instead of teal socks to match the pants, it's actually not bad. As for the sorry, I did not mean the Saints. I meant the Raiders. The Raiders, the only thing that ever changes is the color of the jersey, whether it's white or black, or it's their white throwback with silver numbers. They leave their pants and their sock combo the same. Silver pants, black socks. It is such a nice look. You see, that's why the Raiders have some of the best uniforms in football. They're simple. They don't mess with their uniform combinations. They're not experimenting wearing monochrome black one week or monochrome white the next or monochrome gray. They just keep it simple. The only thing that changes is the jersey. And damn it, are they ever good. They always are. Now moving on to the Jets and the Broncos. The Broncos wore their orange home uniform with white pants and navy socks. Okay, they get the combos right, their uniform combos right, but the problem is the uniforms suck. They are a bad product of mid to late 1990s design. Side panels, unique number lettering font. I just wish they would take their color rush jersey, make a matching away, and get rid of the monochrome orange and wear those full time. That's the best look that they've ever had, in my opinion. As long as I've been a football fan, at least, when it comes to the Denver Broncos. As for the Jets, they wore white jerseys, green pants, and green socks. You know, if they would just make the socks match the white jersey, their away jerseys actually okay. But I'm trying to figure out some. There's another video or two that I want to do, and then after that, I've got a certain little video for a subscriber of mine who I think you're gonna like it. At least I hope you do. Moving on to Seattle, white jersey, navy pants, navy socks. As I said last week, they should at least wear action green socks to complement the uniform. It would look so much better. The Vikings. Purple jersey, white pants, purple socks. Great combo. I'm not a total lover of their current jerseys, but you know what? When they wear the right combos, they're not bad. Now today, Tom Brady and the Buccaneers wore head-to-toe pewter against the Rams, who wore monochrome bone in LA with royal blue socks. So I'll give the Rams credit. They wore the right style football uniform combination when wearing a monochrome light uniform, because instead of white, they wear bone. But the problem is, no matter what the Rams wear when they're wearing bone, it sucks. It's just bad, in my opinion. I mean, I'll give them credit. The blue socks with the bone pants and jerseys, I mean, at least it works a little better, but what a stupid uniform to go with, in my opinion. But as for the Buccaneers, the monochrome pewter makes sense, but you know what I think they should try? I think they should wear the black socks that they normally wear with their home and away jerseys when they wear them with pewter pants. Because it wouldn't make much of a difference, but I think it would break it up just enough that it would actually make the monochrome pewter look a lot better. Because black is darker than pewter, I think it would give a little bit of that much needed contrast, that little tiny extra bit of detail that the uniform is missing, in my opinion at least. Overall, I do like their pewter jersey though. It is a cool jersey, and it's cool to see a team trying some type of darker gray color. So I'll give the Buccaneers some credit on that. But the head-to-toe pewter, I'm not a fan of. Not going to lie. Moving on, the Packers wore their regular away uniform against the 49ers, who are debuting their red 94 throwbacks tonight. So I saw the Packers win in the dying seconds of the game tonight, but those 49ers throwbacks, man, are they pretty. You know, the only thing I think the 49ers need to do is leave their home and away uniforms intact, but swap out the home and away jerseys for the 94 throwbacks, and then occasionally wear them with white pants instead of gold pants. And I think that would be perfect for San Francisco. I actually really enjoy the drop shadow numbers on their jerseys. They actually look fairly good in my opinion. Now finally, tomorrow the Cowboys and the Eagles wrap up week 3 in the NFL. As far as I know, the Cowboys are wearing their regular home white uniform works for me. Now that they've actually changed their pants in the past year, I can live with the quirk of the slightly different off silver pant color. But it's a funny coincidence that I talk about that now, because I actually had a commenter on my Dallas Cowboys uniform rant video saying that he hopes that they never touch their pants, which I respect his opinion. And now that they fixed the color of the pant and at least got rid of the seafoam green, I can live with the different color pant, but honestly, I just don't know why the Cowboys and Jerry Jones, their owner, insist on not wearing a regular silver pant that matches their helmet when they wear white or wear their white jersey, because it would look so good. And if they did that and brought in a matching royal blue jersey from the Staubach era, which they at one time they did have a royal blue flip of their white jersey, and kept their navy blue third jersey, I think the Cowboys would have a perfect set of uniforms. I really do. As for the Eagles, they are wearing their dark green, tealish green jerseys in Dallas with white pants. Looks like, from what I've been seeing, that the Eagles will wear them with white socks as well. But I'm hoping that they at least wear the dark green socks or even black socks. Either one with their dark green jersey. If they get the combo right with the pants and the socks with their uniforms, it makes them a lot more tolerable. But that's another team who, in my opinion, needs to do something with their uniforms. They're one team who I would honestly be willing to see to let the Nike redesign. Them and the Ravens, I would be willing to take a chance. And the Cardinals too, because I just don't think they could get any worse than what they've got now. Maybe except for the Ravens. Now they could get worse. As for the Eagles, I'd like to think they would upgrade, but at the same time, as I say time and time again, I just don't trust Nike. But anyways, folks, I'm going to call it a wrap for this week's Weekly Roundup podcast video. If you've got any comments down below, feel free to do so. And until next week's Roundup video, or one of my regular videos in general, take care. And of course, as always, folks, bye for now.